Alright guys, welcome back to a very wet shop. We have had a lot of rain the last day or so, and unfortunately it's going to continue to rain at least through Wednesday. Today is Monday, and I never did get around to sanding this, so it ain't ready to paint. But I did get the ashtray done. I hope my camera lens don't fog up. It's very humid out here. Yeah. So the ashtray, what I did is I took a clay bar and I clay barred it, and then I just polished it with my polisher. Yep, I believe my lens is going to fog up. Damn it, it is very humid. Then I went ahead and installed the cigarette lighter, put a new cigarette lighter in here. So this is ready to install. Alright guys, it is Tuesday afternoon, almost 4 o'clock. Just got home not too long ago. And of course it's still wet, ground's still wet. Not really raining, but it ain't near as humid in here today as it was yesterday. Still everything's good and damp. So no painting today. Yeah, I was hoping to get some painting done, but I just ain't going to risk getting a lot of moisture in my air painting today. So what I was going to do is, one thing I need to do is figure out where I need to run a choke wire from. I've got a pressure switch that, according to the everything that I've researched, it screws in right above the oil filter, but it's only on V6s. And it looks like the V8s didn't need the pressure switch. I believe it comes out of the harness there somewhere. I just got to figure out where and either add a wire or take a wire out. I've got 2 cables here that don't really go to anything on this engine, so I may end up removing those from the harness. Alright guys, so I've got the harness unplugged, and we're going to see if we can make out these wires here. I've got the wiring diagram. So this first one, this big red wire, it should be, I have to unplug this thing to make it too easy. Alright, so if we look at the bottom, I don't know if y'all can tell, right here we got a red wire, and there should be 2 empty ones, and then a 350 wire that goes to the oil pressure switch, should be in this one, and then an empty, and then the next row should be empty, then a pink wire that goes to the positive coil, a purple wire that goes to the starter solenoid, another red wire that goes to the fusible link, then an empty, and then the next row is where these little ones start coming in. It's hard to tell exactly which ones are going where. Let's see, 92 is a purple. That's the purple wire. And there's a 97, which is a black and light blue. That's this wire. And then there's a dark green wire, 35, goes to the water temp switch. This green one right here. And there's a gray one, 25. This brown goes to the alternator. Looks gray here. And then there's a 31, which is a tan, and a 30, which is pink. I see the pink, but I don't see no tan. So there's an empty spot there. It should have a tan wire. It goes to the oil pressure sender. So one of these got to go to the oil pressure sending unit. Dang wind wanting to blow. Let me shut this door. Alright, so beside this pink wire right here, this pink wire, yeah, there should be another wire that I do not see in here. It's missing. And that wire would go to the sending unit, to the oil sending unit, which we should have because we got an oil sending unit. Pink wire goes to the fuel sending unit, which I believe that is correct. And right under it would be a dark blue, which we do not have. So we got something right here. The dark blue would go to the oil pressure switch. That would also go onto your choke wire. We got a brown wire, and I'm thinking this brown wire is what's going to the oil pressure sending unit. And if so, that is not the right wire. It looks brown. Of course, there's a tan wire right beside it, which would be 39. 39 is a pink and black, which we do not have. I don't know where this tan wire is going. Let's see what this wire going to the sending unit looks like. See if I can even see. Alright, so I know y'all ain't gonna be able to see, but maybe I can. Alright, this brown wire that they got in the spot, it's supposed to be a dark blue to oil pressure switch, is actually going to the oil pressure sending unit. So this could be an issue with the wire going into the cab if that's not the way that's supposed to be. Alright. And then we got a 91 and 93, which goes back to the wiper motor. It's the gray and white one right here. Now I've got a white wire in here that I thought went to the coil because it looks like it had a coil hook up, but I don't see another white wire. What I do? No, I don't see another white wire coming into here. So I'm not sure where that white wire is going. Remember, I bought this as it's a brand new engine harness, but it may not necessarily go fit this truck. Most of the stuff worked just fine. The water sensing unit is going to be the right spot. The oil pressure looks different. Plus, I've got these extra plugs here. I got a yellow and a pink and black. There was a pink and black here. It went to the carb fuel solenoid, which would have been this one, and that's what it looks like. That's right here. There's yellow wire. I don't see no yellow wire in here, so I don't know where the yellow wire ties in at. And then I've got another plug here with a couple more pink and blacks, a yellow. I guess that's where that yellow comes in at. A black and a white. that went to some kind of solenoid that I don't have. So I'm thinking those I don't necessarily need. And I think I'm going to try to get rid of them. There's really no reason to have plugs going to shit today on here. And I'm going to go ahead and try to, I got to find the old harness to see where this tan wire goes in at the old harness, because it's not in the right spot on this one. Alright guys, well I finally found this wiring harness, and guess what? It was on the motor that come out of this truck. I had forgot about that. I looked all over the place for this thing. So we're gonna go through the same deal we did. I got the different camera this time, so hopefully the lens don't fog up on us. Alright, so looking at the top, we got a red wire, two empty spots, and then we should have a pink and white wire. And I'll have to pull the thing back where we can see. That wire, that goes to the fuel sending unit. Alright, so we got a wire right here that is pink and white. And it's supposed to go to oil pressure switch. This one don't have no oil pressure switch on it. But it is there, pink and white. And then the next row will have, this one's actually got something on the next row that the other one didn't have. And it looks like it's been cut. It looks like it's this wire right here. Now, I don't know what that's supposed to go to, because the other one does not have this wire and it don't show up on my wiring diagram. Alright, so the next one is going to be this pink wire to the coil, and a purple wire to the solenoid, starter solenoid, and then what's that? Oh, it's hard to tell. This one looks like it's in with that one. What is that? This actually, the purple wire would be supposed to be another pink wire. I mean, a red wire. Alright, so here's the red wire, and this one, this wire right here, whatever it is, looks like a brown wire. Maybe it's in the next row. Okay, so we'll go red, and that's that one. There's something right here. Let's see. Yeah, so there should be 3 here, and this one's got an extra one. And then we're not worried about this end, because all that goes to the wiper motor. So we'll look at the other side. We got a pink wire that goes to the fuel sending unit that I cut. And we've got a dark blue wire. Yes, dark blue to oil pressure switch. So this one is set up for an oil pressure switch. And then we got what's the next one? 39. It will be a pink and black wire to the carb fuel solenoid. It looks like it looks pink anyway. I don't know about pink and black. These things are so faded. It looks brown to me. Look, this one's brown. Make sure I'm on the right one. Okay, we got a tan wire. I'm on the wrong one here. Tan goes to the oil pressure sending unit, so that is in the right spot. Right. And then we got the next one would be a brown to the alternator, and a dark green to the water temperature switch. And these we're not really worried too much about. Then the next row, we've only got one, so we don't have 39 to the carb fuel solenoid. All we got is this blue wire. It's supposedly running over to the pressure switch. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this harness apart and see where this blue wire runs to, and take this brown wire out, because I'm going to have to move it to this area here on ours where there's nothing, where there's the wrong wire there. Either that, or I'm going to have to trace that wire out and just run it over to the oil pressure sending unit. So we got a blue wire, and we also had a 350 wire, which would be this wire right here. 350 is pink and white to oil pressure switch. So these two wires, this one and this one, should go to the oil pressure switch. So we'll follow this thing out and see where all they go to, and I'll bring you back and show you what I find. Alright, so this is the reason I didn't use this wiring harness. This thing's been cut and spliced. It's terrible. Alright, so this blue wire, one that's supposed to go to the oil pressure sending switch, was cut and twisted together, and it ran on around over here. I'm thinking at one time it went to electric choke, which this carburetor does not have a electric choke, and somebody's got it cramped to this, and then this is just laying about. Alright, so this pink and white wire, this one right here, as you can see, got no end on it either. It's just been cut. So I can make it work if I can get these prongs out without damaging them and get that one out. And see, this one ain't no good either. It's bare right here where it's going into this oil pressure hickey. So I don't want to try to use that. I want to try to use the one I've got. It's going to be a little worse swapping them on that other one because it's full of gunk. Yeah. Maybe y'all can see right there. The first one I'm going to try to get out is this one right here. So we just push it in and push it down, and then we should be able to, yeah. It works all the way down. Should be able to just wiggle it out of there. There it went. Right. There's one. Hope I didn't damage it too bad. And then the next one is this blue one right here. It's gonna be right up. It's gonna be this one right here. You can see when you press them in, it closes this slot up. And of course, it's I don't really need any more than where it's cut right here. So I'm just going to pull that apart. And that tells me all I need to know. I need to move my my oil pressure sending wire to the other slot, and I need to add these two to the harness. I ain't got a whole lot of time left to record on. The battery's pretty low, but anyway, the first thing I want to do is move this tan wire from this position right here, which would be 931, over to 31, which would be one up where there ain't one, I think. So we're looking here, we got two, and then we should have one right here, and we got 30 and 931. We should have a 31 right here in this open slot, so this one has got to be moved to there. So hopefully we can get this out without damaging it. It's a little harder on this being newer. I mashed it. That is not what I wanted to do. This thing don't want to cooperate. Of course, I'm on camera too, that don't help. And it's got all this goop on it. We got it out. Now to get it back in, we gotta go. This is where it's gonna really be fun, going through the goop. Now get the screwdriver. Yeah, really put the stuff on here. See, it's almost like tar. And I need to go right in this hole right here that's just filled up with it. Outside this pink wire. Should be able to get it in there. Open. Say that. Hell, I can't even see where I'm going with it. So much junk here. I think everything's falling. Okay. Now we need to take our little screwdriver that just fell on the ground and spread that thing back out, so that it don't push out. Make sure I'm on the right one. It's this one right here. And stick them in. See, I have compressed them. When you compress them. Let's see if it's going to focus. Yeah. You take that and you mash it, and then to get it back to lock, you've got to spread this thing back apart. So getting something in there to spread, you can see just that little bit, it spreads some, and then you keep doing it and it's supposed to spread even more, and that locks in right there. Alright guys, give y'all a quick update on where I'm at over here. I have got everything swapped over. I got that wire out that I don't need. Did have to pull a ground wire out with it, but I don't really need it because that's the only thing it went to was this plug right here. And of course I try to save as much wire as possible, so that's a good end. I've got it disconnected right now because I'm going to have to rewire some stuff, run some stuff back. And what I'm going to do is I've got this pigtail right here to choke. This is a specialty type deal here. I mean, this thing is wild looking. I wasn't sure to start with it fit, but it will go on and it does lock in place. So now this has got to be connected with this dark blue wire down at the oil pressure switch. So I'm going to have to splice in another wire, run in this loom on around, and then over here where this dark blue wire is, it's going to come out of the loom and go down to that pressure switch. I've got a this little loom right here I think I'm going to use that come off of this wire mess here. So I've got that, and I've got this T connector that goes with it. So I think I'm going to use that and just run it down past the exhaust and over there to a switch. Now the switch I did have here it is. The switch goes into a plug that's right over the oil filter rather. And so this is what it looks like. And so one wire plug in this side, the blue wire, and the wire going to the choke will plug in this side. And what this is supposed to do is it's supposed to I'm guessing it's going to, when you turn the key on, it's going to heat that circuit up until this thing builds up oil pressure, and then it's going to kill the circuit. That's what I'm guessing. And this is GM oil pressure switch, part number PS134 from Wells Ampco. I got it off eBay, $4 or $5. One of the cheaper ones I could find, but this thing looks like it's pretty well built. The problem is getting to that port is going to be a royal pain, because right now it's got just a pipe plug in it, and you can see that the filter is way under there, so getting to it may be a problem. I may end up having to get to it from underneath, because I'm not sure I can get my big hands between those manifold pipes. But anyway, it's almost dinner time, and I'm going to leave that for tomorrow. This is a good rainy day project, so as long as I'm not being able to paint, I might as well be working on the engine. Until then, guys, thanks for watching. Camera's fogging up again, but we're going to get on out of here for the night. And please rate, comment, subscribe if you like it.